Recording. Purpose of this session is because I have seen many of people are working in automation testing, even in my company, even in my friend's company as well. Some of my previous students too. So the purpose is that this topic is actually one of the most important topic related to interview. So in this session you will see at least 10 to 12 questions which are usually asked in your interviews. Okay, and this is not a joke because I have seen many of students last 2 months back. uh, Please mute yourself who so have not muted themselves, so because it will come in your recording also, so better is that you uh, keep your mic off until unless you are not required to it. Then I am going to switch off my fan as well, so it will not come in your recording. Okay, so purpose is that uh, it's not for only for earning purpose. It's just that because I have seen many of people in last 2 or 3 months. I've taken more than 75 to 80 interviews of people, but no one is satisfying me. Means if I'm going to take an interview of automation testing, if I could show you my team's uh, interview scheduled in my company. So if I could show you, whether I cannot show you, but if I could show you, then you must have seen that many of them are got rejected, and there was only one point of rejecting them. This collection topic, they are very sound in Selenium, they are very sound in uh, core Java part, oops concepts, but actually if comes to uh, very frankly, if I say, then if it comes to collection part, many students are not able to answer the exact requirement of exact topic of the collection. Okay, so if I am asking them set, they are confused between set and list. If I am asking about list versus set, they are mixing the map and set. So this is happening, but I will simplify it today, and if you will attend this session proactively and asking me questions, so this is all about you. Yeah, I have seen that some person ping me that 4:30. I just scheduling the meeting at that time, so it came to 4:30. It's not time bounded. If it goes to 6 p.m. also, I'm okay with that. It's up to you how much you want to grab on it. I will cover only those topics which are related to your automation testing, not more than that. Means I'm not going to cover whole collection topic, but I can promise you if you are going for automation interview, no question will be coming outside of this class. Okay, so also if you are going to work in automation testing, this is must required topic. Don't think that you are not a Java developer, because somewhere you around you have to work with data only. Okay, so if you have saved your data in a proper format, and your data is in managed format, then it's very easy to automate Selenium scripts. But otherwise sometimes you have to manage these things in your automation framework, and then it goes complicated. So this is why I came with this topic today, because maybe after this I will organize a crash course for Selenium. So this is very important topic even for Java developers as well. Okay, so before we start our session, uh, I will tell you why collection is required. Okay, because we have multiple forms of uh, data storage, data types, like we have the normal variables, we have the arrays. So why collection is there? So answer is that now if you are using the collection, your scope is not limited. Means the problem what was with array was that suppose if I am going to declare array, okay, so suppose I am going to declare integer array, integer suppose numbers, so I want to store some numbers, so I have to declare the size of array, okay, so here suppose I give size as 5, okay, so now I am able to store only 5 data sets, okay, now I can't store more than 5. If I am going to store more than 5 data sets, so it will throw array index out of bound exception. So many people may say, sir, if it is there, just declare like this 1 lakh. So yes, we can do it, but it's lot of memory wastage, okay, and in some applications memory is key. We can't waste the memory in the system, okay. So this is the drawback of the array. Of course there is a drawback of collection as well, so you have to choose in your framework that which of these two you should use, either array or array list. So in this session you will get all the answers and you will able to answer all the questions after this session, okay. Might be one or two questions coming around of those questions only, so that's why you need to also search out some questions from the collection after this session, okay. So I'll try my best, I can provide you best content, and this session is going to very important, okay. So now you have seen the problem with the array, so there is a solution of that collection. It's also kind of data structure like array, so collection. So what I am going to cover, all I already show you guys, but let's again begin it. uh, so first of all we'll see list, what is list, then in the list we are going to see most important thing is array list, okay. Don't go on those linked list, that's actually not required for automation guys, okay. Then we will see set, okay, and set we will see hash set, okay. The major topic I am going to 80% cover is array list, because in my project I have never used set or map. Still these are the part of your interview questions, sometimes you have to use this also, so I am covering that. So hash map, okay. So after that there is a mini project. I will quickly show you what you are going to do. After that I have sample of this sample. Let me just student main. If I am running this, so these some students are already there into the database. You can see student 101, okay, and name, first name of that student, mobile number, and then student 102 name, first name, and the mobile number and the last name of the student, and this way. So you're going to see Arpit and is the last student, and it's asking what operation you want to perform, okay. So suppose I have created of only for one operation, so one, so first name suppose ABC, last name CDEF, mobile number suppose I am giving this mobile number, student ID suppose 105, enter marks suppose 62, and then that student is added into your array list, okay. But I have not printed here, so I will quickly print it. Student, I am printing this student in a not in a right manner, but just you will use for loop for that, and it will be printing first name suppose this, last name suppose this, Mobile number suppose this, student ID suppose 105, marks suppose 62. You can see one more student is added into your list, 105. Okay, and this program should not stop until you want to stop it. So this is not normal Java thing that you have to think of this after this session. I will also try to help you in this project. I will try to complete it and provide you, but before that you have to try this over this coming week. Okay, otherwise I will provide you solution also. So we'll talk in detail after this session. Okay, so just leave it. I just wanted to show you what you are going to achieve. Okay, so just close it. Okay, so now I will start with list. Okay, first of all, you all should know. I hope you all are here only. In between, if you have any questions, then you can stop me in middle. Okay, don't wait for me to stop. Okay, we have three type data structure that we actually normally face in the interviews, and which is list, set and map. So we will see the differences as well. Just keep this close and now see list. What is list? List is an interface. Anybody asking in the interview what is the list, so you have to reply list is an interface. Okay, set is an interface and map is also an interface. Okay, these both are interface, these all three are interfaces. Okay, array list is the implementing class for this interface list. Okay, hash set is the implementing class for set interface, and hash map is the implementing class for map interface. We also have linked list, we also have tree set, we also have tree map, but we don't want to go in that detail. Those are not for us. Okay, otherwise we will be Java developers. So first we'll see list. Okay, so list is the interface, and array list class implements the list interface. Okay, so I will start, go to file, assuming that you all know basics of Java. Okay, general, project and array list. I hope session is recording, and please give here example as well. Why? If you go and just give this array list here, so array list is already a class. Okay, predefined class, so you cannot uh, just this is a project, right? So I need to collection example. Okay, inside this, wait, created wrong one. I should create the Java project. Just delete it, new project, and here Java project. So here I should create collection example. Okay, now it will save it. Associated Java whatever it is. Okay, now I will just go here, and this src folder, inside this I will create a package, and inside package I will create list. Okay, so it's small in letters. I will just create a class new and class array list example. So why I have given X over here? Because this itself is a predefined class in Java. So you cannot create a class with the name of a predefined class. Okay, so you have to give some different name. So just giving this array list example. I'll check the main method here and close all these which were previously open. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to create a array list. First of all, let's try to create list is equal to new list. We will be able to do that if we know the Java basics. Then we must know that we cannot do it because we cannot instantiate a interface. Okay, we cannot create the object for the interface. So we can create object for the class only, not the interface. Okay, if I go here and put my mouse over here, so you can see there is no java.util is coming. Just if you keep mouse over here, then list cannot be resolved a type. Here the word type means class. Okay, in this language of Eclipse language, it according to this word, it means class. So ever you see the bug cannot be resolved to a type, you can understand, okay, this is not a class. Okay, so if I give here like this, so I can import java.util package. If I go here, I'll able to, you can see import list java.util. By mistake, don't try to import list a java.awt. This is for uh, abstract window purpose, means designing purpose. Okay, so the util package is for this only. Okay, now you can see if you want to add data into it, so you can add data into it. Dot, you can see add method here, list dot add. Okay, if I press control button, you can see this array list is highlighted. Okay, if I press control button on the list, you can see this hyperlink is created. I will click on this and I will go inside this. So you can see that list method provides us the size method. Okay, so it will count number of values inside your list, array list. It also provide is empty method, so you can check that your list is empty or not, or there is some data. There is a contains method. Okay, there is a iterator method. So all these are coming from where? Interface list. Okay, and all implementing here, you can see implemented here only. Okay, you can see collection, element data, everything is implemented here. Okay, so all things of the list interface are implemented in the array list class. So I want to add data in my list. Add, I can add any data type as of now. 101, it's integer. Okay, I can also add a string name. Suppose I am adding Vandan here. Okay, I can also add list dot add, suppose the first name, then I want to add last name. Why this one is giving error? Undefined type to the type array list. Some mistake is there. some mistake was there, typo mistake maybe I have not seen. And then list dot add, suppose I want to add marks here. uh, Marks will be always integer because we can add one subject marks to another subject and we can calculate the division. Okay, so these four values I have added. If I want to print these values, so simple one thing I will print here, which is list. Okay, now I will run it. You can see first value I have added 101, second value I have added Vandan, third value I have added Misra, and fourth value which I have added is marks, which is 65. Okay, so all you can see here. And one point to note down, if you want to take your notes also, you can take here in your pen and paper. That I hope you guys are able to listen to me and getting the things. Okay, if you ping here, explain line number 10. So here actually, if you want in between, because I cannot see this screen, so you can directly unmute yourself and ask me to explain that. Okay, although I am again explaining to you that list is an interface. I have just given the reference of the interface and but creating object for array list. So don't be confused that I am creating object for list. No, I am creating object is what? After new keyword, whatever is coming, I am creating object for that only. Okay, so I am creating object for array list. Array list is a class, but reference I am giving of interface. Okay, so that any method present in the interface, if I want to utilize them, I can utilize. Okay, yes, yes. Yeah, that's what I am explaining, that new array list. So after new keyword, what is coming? Array list. Okay, I am creating object for array list. Array list is a class. We can create object for array list, but we cannot write like this because now I am trying to create the object for list interface. Okay, so whatever is coming after the new keyword, I am creating object for that only. So I am creating object for array list, but here we are trying to typecast it. Okay, so even you can write like this as well. If you are getting confused, just write like this in your project also. But why I have did that like that, because now I'm not able to use the methods which are present in the list interface. Okay, I am only able to use the method which are present in the array list class. Okay, so that I want to explain you, but just leave it, not that much required this explanation. Just you uh, think that I have created object for array list. Okay, now list dot add 101, I have added four values into it and I have printed them. Okay, one point to note it down, and very most important point, whenever anybody asks you what is the difference between list and set, then this point which I am going to tell you right now should be come in your interview answer. And what's that? It's that insertion order is maintained. I am going to explain you, just let me put my light on. Notice the insertion order should be maintained, means is maintained in the list, means first I have added 101. Okay, you can see 101 here. Secondly, I have added my first name which is coming in the second position. Then I have added my second name which is coming here. After that I have added here marks which is coming here. So it is coming in the order I have given. So in technical terms we say is insertion order, which is maintained in the list. If you are adding 100 values, insertion order will always be maintained. Okay, now I'm going to add one more thing. List dot add, I'm again going to add same my name again. Now I want to run it. Now you can see again it's coming one. Then if I am added my name second time, so it's also appearing second time. So what I got to know by list, this interview, if you are going to explain all these things should be so anybody asking you what is array list, so there should be content, right? So whatever is there is there. Okay, so first of all, insertion order is maintained. Now I hope you got what is insertion order. Duplicate values are allowed in array list. Okay. Now if I ask you, tell me the all the student IDs for the for this student database, all the student IDs I want to know, then which you should use? At least you should not use array list in that case. Why? Because array list will also add duplicate values. If they want count of the student IDs, so duplicate will be also added in your count. So count will not correct. Okay. So for that there is a set. I will just come to that. First of all, if anybody asks what is array list, so array list is the implementing class for the list interface. In array list, insertion order is maintained and duplicate values are not allowed. Simple, and finish your answer. Many people answer in that way. Array list is a collection data type. Array list can add multiple values. There is no restriction of adding. This is not required. Okay, this college student, if they tell, then it's okay. Okay, if we are experienced person, we are talking in non-technical terms, it's not okay. Okay, they are expecting from us, because if you really worked, then of course you have to answer in that technical terms only. So insertion order is maintained, array list is implementing class of the list interface, insertion order is maintained, duplicate values not allowed. Just within 15 seconds, not more than that. They will know, okay, can you declare array list? Yes, I can declare array list. Now this way I can declare the array list. Okay, simple. Okay, now here you can see what is this, big bracket open, big bracket close. This is actually an object. In the time when I was adding the values into the array list, if you have noticed, then you can see if I am adding list dot add something into it, you can see objective. Internally, this is converting this data into an object. Okay, so as of now it's not a problem, but if I want to store in a different way, which I'm coming after that, so then that will be a problem. Just note it down that if you add anything into the uh, array list, even in collection, not in the array list only, in the list set or map, whatever it is, so it is internally converting to the object. So how can I get values one by one from this object? So just like we are adding list dot add, we have list dot get method. Okay, now I have to provide the index. So which index I should provide? For that your data is required. So suppose I want this second name, so array list index, just like an array, starts from 0. So this is 0th index, this is 0th index, this is first index, second index, third and fourth index, total 5 values, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so if I am giving here 2, okay, let me just print it. So if I am giving here 2, so 0, 1 and 2. So this third value should be printed. I will comment this one, last one, and you can see only Misra is printed here, because this time I am not printing the whole object. Okay, so same way, if I can use the loop, I expect you guys that you know the loops. So for integer I is equal to 0, I should be less than 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so less than 5, and I plus plus. Okay, and here what I am going to do, I am going to print sysout list dot get I. So first time I value 0, second y time I value 1, 2, 3, 4. So print, it will print all the values one by one. Is there any error into the project? Might be. For loop closed. 2. Okay, one extra is closed. Okay, now I'll run this. You can see uh, okay, this one is printed Misra. Okay, so Misra, and then after it came to the for loop, it has printed list dot get I, get 0, so 101, 10, 1, then Mishra has 65 and this and that. Okay, now I will put a debugger here for your better understanding. I'm not able to put a debugging point here. Okay, let's put it here. Strange. So you can see values has been added here. Okay, switch to it in the debug mode. Now you can see list has been declared. Okay, debugger point is there only, but somehow I will try to suppress the warning so that I am able to see these errors. Okay, so this way for all the labels, if I can. Just because of warning, debugging point is here, but I am not able to see that. So what I am doing is just, if I can fix all the warning main level. Okay, so now, okay, leave it. You can see debugging point is here. If in between every line, if I can put this warning, suspect warning, then I am not going to see these things. Okay, but as of now, I put my debugging point here. I am removing from here, removed, and you can see debugger point is here. Just leave that. Okay, now what I am going to do, I'll show you how data is added, how data is printed. As of now, you can see list is not declared. I will run this line. You can see list 101 is added. Okay, I will again run this line. Now Vandan is added. Now I'm line number 15. If I will run line number 15, then Mishra will also be added. Okay, then after, you can see all these adding over here. Okay, Now it will print this one Mishra, because that line came in between. Now it will go to the for loop. First time it will print 101. You can see all those things printing over here, and then Mishra 65, and then whatever is added got printed. Okay. I hope you guys can understand that. Now I will close this. Okay. Same way, if I want to remove some data from the list. Okay. So for printing, for adding, add method is there. For retrieving, get method is there. For removing the data, remove method is there. Okay. So remember these three methods which are important to you. If I want to remove the data, then remove method is there. Suppose I want to remove, I just want to remove, first delete this, and I will quickly run this. You guys are so silent. I will run this. Okay, data is only 4, so I should keep here 4, or I should be list dots. Of course we have this size method, list dot size. Okay, so there is list dot size method. Okay, so it will return 0 1 2 3 4. So it will size is 4. Okay, so it will return 4, so I should be less than 4. 0 1 2 3, so 4 times it will run, so it will not throw that error. Just like array we have length method, similarly in array list we have size method. You can see 101 Vandan Misha and 65 is printed. Okay, now anybody asks me that remove these marks from here or remove this data from here, any kind of data is removable is required, then I can remove that data also. List dot remove. So if I am removing this data, so I have to provide the index for it. Suppose I want to remove this Vandan, so Vandan index is what, 0 and 1, so I'll provide here 1. System got. Okay, now if I will again print this, before that I will just print this line for making you sure. Data removed, new data set is, and I will again print this code, same code. You can see first data was this, then I have removed from here, and you can see data removed, new data set is 101 Mishra and 65. So it has adjusted to the new array list. There is a big problem which you should know. Nobody is going to tell you until unless you are going to do your research a lot. Okay, so what's that is, what is going to happen behind the scene is, just you should know, if there is a drawback with the arrays, there is a much more drawback with the array list. That's what you should be very choosy when you are working in your project. Okay, you cannot directly go for the collection. Sir, I know collection, can I go with that because it provides me this facility? Of course that provides you a facility. In some point it takes you cost for that, and that cost is performance. Okay, Array list performance is very weak compared to array. 10 times array is faster than array list. As of now, 1 or 2 3 data set we are working, we can't understand it, but millions of data sets if we are working, then it is going to impact and it is going to even hang your system sometimes. So you have to be very choosy. Okay, so for that I am going to explain you what is that. Initially we have added what? Initially we have added this data. I will control copy. Okay, so this data was added into my array list. Okay, now I have removed one data which was Vandan. Okay, and once I have removed this data, removed, then I have removed the data, and then after that what I did is just remove this Vandan, and this new data set is here. For you it's very simple, nothing is wrong here, but actually what is happening behind the scene, this is four data set, millions of data sets. The problem is that what is does behind the scene, listen to me carefully. First of all, it will remove the data. Okay, removal data, it went to the first index, first of it traversing zeroth index, one index, second, third, fourth, suppose 500 index data, so it has traversed to the from 0 to that index. Okay, because this facility come with the linked list which is directly pointing to that uh, that uh, particular index only, so that linked list is fast there. But the problem is that with this kind of set this kind of, just forget about that what I just told you. With this kind of data structure which is array list, what happens, not only in comparison with the array only. Okay, so if I am comparing with the array, so what is going to do, that it will delete it and create copy of it. So before deleting it, what it will do, it will create a copy somewhere around the place. If I could open my Notepad. So here what will happen, this was a your array list where Vandan 101 your this was stored. So what it will do, when you have removed one data, so it before removing it, what is going to do, it will create a new array list and copy this whole data into it. Okay, now it will delete the data from here, it will delete the data from here and remove the data from here. Means after removing it, it is going to create, before removing it, sorry, not after, before removing the data, it is going to create a copy of that. Okay, and from that copy is going to remove the data. Okay, so if I am going to do the same, means millions of data is there, so millions of data will be copied into the new array list and removal in the parallel with the that data which I have removed. So copying that millions of data into new, you can't see in the uh, in picture. Okay, but it is going to happen behind the scenes, means millions of copies created. If it was too simple, okay, that removed from here and now this is your array list. Okay, this is your data set, then it's all, but it is going to one by one copy, because one is removed, so whatever is left will create copy for that. Okay, so what is going to do, this is your array list. Okay, now you said that I am not going to use, I am going to remove some data into it, so whatever is removed, whatever is left, it is going to create copy for that. So copy is this, and see, this is only 4 4 5 data sets. But if a millions of data to be added or copied, it takes time. Okay, so very wisely you should use the array list. It is not required for your interview, nobody will ask you, but even you should know, because if you tell in your interview without asking what is the difference between array and array list, which is a normal question, comes first, you should answer. Yeah, yeah, I will explain that. As of now, what I'm telling, let's focus on that. Have you got that? Actually, for each loop I wanted to explain with the class type array list. So just I explain in a simple way because just started this topic. Okay, so wait for that. If you, anybody asking what is the difference between array and array list, so you must answer that array list can have dynamic data sets, means it can add any number of data types, but the array size is always fixed. Array performance is better than array list, and uh, always array performance is better than array list, but size of dynamic structure can be provided into the array list only. Okay, so this is what you should know. Now removal part you know, adding part you know, and retrieval part you also know. Get, remove, add method, size method, you all know. Okay, now he asked me to explain with the for each loop, so I will come to the class type array list. Okay, there I'll explain the for each loop as well. Okay, here you have what is class type array list. Before going to that, generalization, one of the topic not important for interview, but if you are going to work in your project, then sometimes they might ask you, it is required to also some kind of data you want to add, a specific kind of data you want to add in your array list. Okay, so what happens that I want to add the names, but some people from backend don't know, just putting the things in the excel sheets from where you are getting the data, they just putting other numbers there. Now your code will fail. So for stop doing that, what you can do is that if you want to store only the string, so generalize your array list like this. Now you can see add method is throwing error because we are adding 101 number here. It, line number 16 is also throwing you error because we are trying to store a number here. Okay, and this is restricted to string only. Same way, if I provide integer here, then it won't allow me to add the strings here. So this way you can generalize your string. This generalization is for list, array list. Okay, so whatever data type, whatever kind of data you want to store, you can restrict your array list that now you will store only that kind of data. So you can store string only here in that array list, you can store integer only here. Okay, other kind of data you cannot add here. Okay, now you can see this student data is here. Okay, some student, I will just remove this. Some student might have, mobile number as well, so I am adding list dot add and suppose mobile number, always in string because cannot be manipulated with operations. Okay, so here this first student 1011 then means 65 and this mobile number, I want to add one another student. Suppose I'll just copy it. I want to address your problem case. For that, I will be coming with the solution. So just understand the problem. I'm copying the data. I want to show you some issues with this kind of storage. That's why we have to come with the class type of array list. That I wanted to show you 102, and suppose name is whatever you want to add, number of this 54, and suppose this student might not have this mobile number. It's not mandatory to have mobile number with the students. Okay, and suppose this is 3103, and so, okay, now suppose 655. Now I want that provide me the mobile number for, but for this student we have the mobile number. Okay, now I asked you provide me the mobile number for third student. So okay sir, let's provide, you can provide 4 8, because not 4 1. Okay, just forget it. I asked you to provide me the marks of the third student. Okay, because it not coming in the calculation, so I dropped that idea with coming with the other data set. I asked you provide me the marks of the third student. So what is you said? Okay, I can easily get that data. uh, for one student it is coming the fourth index. Okay, so for the second student it will also be coming from the fourth index. Yes, for third student it is also coming the fourth index. Okay, so you calculated like some way that 4 5 6 7 8, and it is coming in the ninth place. Okay, but now it is not organized way. Okay, because here one index is missing. Okay, if there is one index is missing, which is mobile number for second student, so instead of giving this data set you will be coming here, or you will be coming here, because your calculation is like this way, that here, and this is also the fourth index, so you will be giving here. But for third student, whatever you count this one, okay, and you will be coming here in that place, because this is skipped. Okay, but it is counted in your index number. So 1 2 3 4, so data set is not in a proper way. Some, I hope you are getting what I am trying to say. Okay, because they are added in garbage order, means this is only one case where this student does not have the mobile number, have this student not giving the exam and having the mobile number, might have this student does not have the second name. So data is not organized. You cannot get the data based on your assumptions. Okay, you just assume that okay this will be then the certain place, but that's not. Okay, I hope you are getting it. So for that we have to organize our data. So this is a student data, we have to maintain that student data somewhere. Okay, so for that we have a class type array list. Just go into that. I hope you guys are getting what I am trying to explain here. You guys are very silent mode. No problem, I'll go ahead. Create one more package, and the package name is class type array list. Okay, create a class here, new First of all, I will create a student class is coming. He dropped in middle. No, student. So I am creating one class which is student. Okay. Now string first name string last name string mobile number string marks will be integer string class what other data was there student id. Okay, so let it come in the first position and I will use this source generate constructor using fields. I will also use this source generate getters and setters. So getter method use. I'll also create source and go to source and generate to string. Okay, so you guys can take 5 minutes break. Okay, and I'll resume after that. Okay, I just created this class. I will start at 4:20 or 22. Okay, so there is no pause button in the new version. I'll upload 2 records in